is locked down, and after 10 in the night, you can't go nowhere. So there's no party, no dance, no stage show. Everything is just slow right now.
Okay, okay. All right then. So we're going to speak about you, okay? I've introduced you on Legacy 90.1 as Don Mafia, but your early name before that was Gringo, wasn't it? So tell us about early life, Don Mafia, there in Jamaica.
Yeah, well, I used to go by the name Gringo, and I came to Kingston as a young youth and started pursue my dreams, of doing music. So I've been in this business from 91 officially. I recorded my first song, which was a song called Gatlin, and it was a counteraction. I took Buju Banton song, Browning, like it was a gun song, so it was a dancehall song, and then from that I've been always doing music. I've been through a lot of ups, lot of down, and but I've always held on to this music because this is what I love, and this is my talent. So there's no giving up for me, and to be even here in 2020 and still doing stuff and my name still mentioned, well, that's great because a lot of people dropped out of the race. You understand?
Yeah, yeah. So do you have siblings? Any siblings?
Yeah, well, I have three sisters and two brothers.
Okay, okay. Any of them into the music like yourself, or is it just you out of the siblings?
No, I'm the only one doing music, because this is my dream and this is what I love from I was a kid. So that's why I keep pushing.
Okay. All right then. So tell us about your school days. Did you have any talent? Did it start off in your school days? Tell us what it was like when you was at school, Don Mafia.
Yeah, well, I was always singing. When I was a kid, whenever I was at school, I would always have a crowd around me. I used to go to a school in Mandeville, the Carteret College, and that's where I really got a following. Like, I was always entertaining people, like singing sometimes in devotion, and then, other times, lunchtime, I would be on the corridor, and at other times when there was no teacher in my class, we'd be beating the desk and spitting rhymes, and all the girls and everybody in class would love it. So that kind of keep me encouraged, like, to do it more, And then when there was school fetes or barbecues or stuff, I would always perform, and even the parents that came, they loved it. So
Yeah.
that was a great start.
Okay. Did you have church days? Did you do a similar thing in church? Were you entertaining in church at any time?
Yeah, well, I grew up in church, and I was always singing. Like, whenever I go to church, that's my main point, to really go and get the mic and sing one of those good gospel songs and bring the house down because I love the reaction. And then I've been doing it from like 9, 10, 11 years old. I've been singing in church and getting good response. And, everybody, when they had big concert at the church, anybody who came there, they always loved the way I sing.
Hmm.
So that was a great encouragement for me from those days.
Okay. So what happened after that? How did it go up? Was it did you sing in a dance at any time after that? Is that how you started moving forward?
Yeah, well, I went to a dance in Royal Flat, Manchester. And I met Ninja Man, and that was it. And Ninja Man told me, "Yo, you should come to King Jammy's studio." And when he was saying that, I literally studied that address. I studied those studio addresses from I was a small boy. Like, I used to read the records, and I want to know these places. So I already had the address in my head. So I just left country, like I just left out on my own like that, and say I have to reach the King Jammy's because I have to go over there. And Ninja Man say I must come 'cause Ninja Man was my idol as a kid. I was always like listening Ninja Man, and so
Mm-hmm.
from once I came into Kingston now, that's where it get hardcore. Like, every night I dance, I keep and you start go to dance them and you start DJ and once you start DJ and a certain kind and people hear you, then them start saying, yo, the mash up runs, and it starts spread right. To get to that was in Waterhouse, and from there I start going to other ghettos, and it just couldn't stop because Kingston is really the place where I get the real energy. You understand?
Yeah. So it sounds like from day one you had it done, is it?
Yeah, well, from day one, from I remember when I started, once I could open my mouth, I was making noise, like jumping up and down and always singing. I was a little kid in my community, and I was singing for people everywhere I go. I have to stop and sing a few songs and stuff. So that love that those people showed me from early was
Yeah.
just something that I couldn't get rid of. I always have that in me, even now.
Yeah.
Like just to make people happy,
Yeah.
because when I sing, I make people laugh. If I go to a stage trying to DJ and I see the people that are mashing up the place and
Yeah.
making nice, that makes me feel good to know that I'm making these people happy. So that
Mm.
it's more than money to me. My
Mm.
music is just like my life and my happiness. I have to share it with others. So no matter how I'm feeling down or I'm feeling like something is going wrong or what, I always remember the people out there that love me, and
Oh.
I always have to go to pleasing them or to make them happy because they need it.
Fantastic, actually. And I've seen you in action on, social media, and you are very, very entertaining. Don Mafia, what was it like your first King Jammies experience in that time?
King Jammy's, well, when I got to King Jammy's studio, that was like heaven. That was heaven because even when I went through the gate and I saw like the big artist name on the wall and stuff, that was this is where I have to be. And then I was there and start seeing like big stars coming around and where like to be inches away from those big acts. Then that mean a really whole lot to me because I was like, this is it. This is it. I didn't see nothing, no other way out in life. Like there was nothing I would have wanted more as a kid than to be at a studio, and then to know I'm in the big studio
Yeah.
and see big King Jammys, them recording songs and mixing songs, and that was a big thing for me. And even now, it's always a pleasure for me to be in the studio because the way I love the studio thing. I am a person who will sleep in the studio because when I open my eyes and I see those, like the computer and the boxes over my head,
Yeah.
that's where I want to be. Once I got that, that's me. That's the machine, and I have the brain. So the brain and the machine go together. So even now, the studio is like my best place to be. Nowhere else makes me happy. You understand?
Yeah, so if I said to you, what would you be doing if it wasn't music? Is that just not a question to be answered because it's just
Yeah,
music?
yeah. Well, I always thought like I would be a designer, like a clothes designer, because that's another form of art and it's creativity. I like to start things from scratch and then look at it when it's done. You understand?
Yeah.
So the way I see that it's all art and the music is like that. You get the idea, you listen to the beat, you sit, you write the song,
Yeah.
and then when it's done, you can listen the product, and then people like listening it and wonder how did you come up with it. Sometimes I didn't even know how I come up with it either.
Yeah.
Even that song that I did last year about 2020.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was in my bed like 3 o'clock in the morning, and that song was bust in my head, and I have to get up and start writing it out and saying, "Yo, this is mad." So it's just like a natural thing. It's the art. So I would be designing clothes, like make clothes and see people wear it. And know that I did that. But when I went to learn the trade when I was a kid, I was trying to learn that thing, and after being there for like a week. They sent me back to the studio because no work could not go on in that place because
Okay.
I was there spitting rhymes and everybody was like distracted.
Okay, so you even sleep with lyrics in your head. What was it like?
Yeah.
What was it like your first experience going to a dance Don Mafia and holding the mic?
Yeah, well, that is a big thing because at one point I couldn't do that, because I grew up around Christian people and stuff. So
Yeah.
that was like way out to me. I was like, when will I do that? And then when I finally did that, then I know there was no turning back because this is a step forward.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for me to even be in a big dance hall.
Yeah.
And I was little at that time. They have to put me up on this record box to stand up or something. Because I couldn't see, like I was short. So
Yeah.
they put me up there, and then when I DJ and I see the people and reacting, those hardcore people, I'm like, yo,
Mm.
me cannot look back. You know, this is what I want to do, because if I don't do this, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
It's like I have no life if I can't do this, because
Mm.
I have to entertain people. So after a while, like, it's working. Like I start going other places and start doing stuff, and I see people reacting, because that's how you get the vibes. You know, everywhere you go and do your thing,
Yeah, you
you
see
see
the
people
people. Yeah,
reacting to you,
yeah.
so it encourage you to keep going. And then even now with the social media, every
Yeah.
time you post something or you put something out there and you see people like running with it and saying, "Yo,
Yeah.
that's bad," and it's an encouragement to you. So no matter who artist thinking is or what, you're not bigger than the people, because they're the one who making it. So you have to
Exactly.
appreciate them, and that's
Mm-hmm.
the reason why. That's the reason why I stay humble, and I always like I don't put anybody down, and I don't
Yeah.
disrespect people, because people out there watching you, and yet sometimes you don't know who loves you or who is into the thing like that. And then somebody, you might see somebody and disrespect them, and they go and tell their friends that, yo, his attitude stinks,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
10 more people, they're gonna not like you, because they're gonna say, I don't like his style. You have
Mm-hmm.
to be humble. That's the main thing. You understand?
Yeah, okay. So that's a good message actually from you to people that are
Yeah.
starting the thing. The big thing about it is, one of the big thing is, whatever you're doing, remain humble.
Yeah, you have to. Without the people, you are nothing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that's why a lot of people rise, and then when they rise, they get a lot of love, and then after that, nobody not even want to hear from them. With me, it's always like, no matter what's happening, I always get love from the people, because I'm genuine. When I go on the road, I don't show off on people. And if
Uh,
I have anything, I
mm-hmm,
share it with people. I'm
mm-hmm,
not like, sometimes I'm going about my business, and say, yo, that Mafia, beg you, I think that. All
mm-hmm,
if me not have it, me still a find it, give him, because me I say, yo, me have to give him, because that man can be my fans.
mm-hmm,
I'm a
exactly.
cater for the kids, I cater for young people, I cater for old people, I cater for everybody, because you don't know who is the fans. I have fans out there that big women like 90 years old, 80 years
Oh,
old telling me,
yeah.
I saw you on my TV. Oh my God, you make me laugh, because I always make people laugh. I'm a natural born comedian. I'll just be talking stuff, and people just be chopping down. And I'm not trying to give jokes,
Yeah,
but that's just me.
natural.
So when
Mm-hmm.
when a person is born with something, you can't get it out of him. All right.
Yeah,
So I was born with this music thing, and I was born to be crazy and born to entertain people, and
yeah.
I can't avoid it.
Mm-hmm. So who actually schooled you musically?
Well, that schooling musically, I would like to say, like, at one point it was like John, Jammy's son, because he was teaching me
Mm.
how to deal with the rhythm track. Because at one point I used to just be making lyrics, and I didn't know about no rhythm and listening no parts, and so
Okay, yeah.
I would say that's like the part of my schooling, like somebody sitting me and telling me like, yo, you have to write the rhythm and then start teaching me the bars and everything. So I
Okay.
learned that from I was a small kid, like, yo, oh, without the rhythm it don't make no sense. Understand?
Yeah.
So that's how I keep it up to today, and I always remember that. I always remember when John and this guy called Prentice used to bring me in the studio and like teaching me that stuff.
Mm.
Because without them teaching me that, then I don't know where I would end up, because I would just be there
Okay.
making lyrics, and lyrics without beats is nothing at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So a King James College, I'm go. I tell you, I go School of College to Father Paul
Okay.
College.
Yeah.
I'm go Black Scorpio College. You see me?
Yeah,
Them
yeah.
three college there. I might college them when I learn music as
Okay.
a little kid.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So, I was going to ask you the first track you voiced, but before you answer that, did you make a track and voice a track, or before that was you doing dub plates and then you voiced a track?
Well, I was just in the studio, and I wasn't doing no dubs. I was just like the send out guy in the studio. I was a kid, so when King James is there, and
Yeah.
that big artists come, Master Griffiths, whoever, and they come and they want something at the shop, I'd be happy to go, because I want to be there. And so,
You'll
so
do
if I
anything.
don't have a if I don't have a purpose to be in the studio, I cannot be in that studio because I'm here as a kid and I'm watching these Jammys play these rhythms, and I don't want to come out of the studio. When I go in that studio, I stay in that studio all night till even when night come down. I don't even know when you come outside. It's dark.
So you just want to be,
night come down.
yeah, you just want to be of some use so that you can stay
Yes.
there.
So you have other guys in, you have some other, like some youth in the yard where them used to send us shopping. When me go in the studio, them youth then have no more work, because as me hear like shop or something, me jump up, and me want to play the role. Me don't want to make it look like me just dead there take out space. Me want to do something, because I say, if me don't do nothing, them are going to hurt me.
Okay, so you wanted to be there for and had a purpose about you, yeah.
Yeah, me just want there, and me want to sit in the studio, and me want to learn what them do.
Yeah.
I want to watch them big artists have voice, but me don't want to look like me take out space. I see
Yeah.
a man move to the pocket, me say shop, me jump up already. Sometimes I not even shop, man, I say, yo, ready.
Okay. Well,
So because of that,
yeah.
a lot of big artists, like a lot of those artists that used to come to Jammy's studio, that's where they know me from I was a kid. Because like Mighty Diamond, Master Griffith, all of them top artists, like I know King Jammy's me say that. So when them come there and them see me, them know say, yo, I just look at you that way, I was like, go a shop. Them not even know say me a DJ. And then show me that man, me always have manners to them. So what happened now? After a while when I start DJ, when them come now and see me in a dub studio, dub, them surprised them and say, I never know them a DJ.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Build me thing.
All right then. So the year 1999, what was that like for you musically?
Well, 99 was a year ago down in history because of this fully loaded thing with me and Bounty Killer card. I went over there and, I do my thing and I get me forward and you know how the music is. I did do a song and counteract Baby Sham song, and some people take it personal, and then, there was a big thing at the show, like them have this big show and me go on and me DJ and me get a big forward, but after that some people react away like say, yo, them would have diss me. So, so I come up and then through that now Bounty Killer go up and I want to defend Baby Sham because the man Sham there roll them time there. And now I go and now it's like me run up the back to defend myself because if somebody is inviting me on stage, I go back because I'm not afraid. It's like I don't scare. I don't even care who you be. I'm just a person who tell myself that in a music, I'm not scared of nobody. No matter what you say about me, I come defend myself because this alone me having. I have no other work in music me doing. So you can come out and try to put me down and just shut up and say,
you're going to defend.
Yeah, so when I go defend myself because I little vibes and like them hold on for me and be a things man and be a idiot thing, right? And then may end up leave the beach. But the next day I was all over the newspaper and the CD, the cassette, the CD was all over the place playing and that was a big thing. And then from there, it's like people just don't forget because that was like a historical moment in dancehall because without me, nobody would remember that show. Because guess what? Without me, Bounty Killer wouldn't have nobody to get mad at. And you see, even Killer did come on and just work normally, nobody would remember that show. Because of the fact that I went there and stir up some fire and then he come and blaze the fire, then that's the reason why people talk about Fully Loaded 99. So in my mind, I think that every publicity is good publicity. Even if you go somewhere tonight and people who try to disrespect you and they don't know the work. That's the work. The work is to get people to talk about you and to do stuff because that's excitement and that's what keeps dancehall alive. So even now these artists acting as if, if a man call them name a gunshot and rape, that's not how it's supposed to be. Everybody is supposed to still live good, but they're supposed to still have some form of thing to make the thing lively. So even with Vibes Cartel and everything, that's why I mean Vibes Cartel, you start clash and everything and people think like me and Cartel did I live better. And we never live bad. Cartel is a real DJ. So if he see me now and he see me a DJ for one show, he must come and give me some trouble to try and get somebody forward or to get,
Yeah.
you know. And then when me retaliate now with lyrics and read, the next day, the two of we there at the studio I drink a red chai beer because what? We don't
Yeah.
really hate one another. I just some music go. So you have
Um,
some DJ we are taught right now, and them couldn't stand up to Vibes Cartel, you know. Remember the Vibes Cartel when I wicked DJ in Jamaica.
mhm.
And me stand up on more than one stage with them and defend myself
Yeah.
lyrically. Even Bounty Killer, them are some DJ where people afraid of, enough artists afraid of them and I mean, the man they know so they not ramp with me. Cause anyway, they call me name me a defend the thing. I saw me live,
Fantastic.
I mean, I hate them.
Yeah.
But just I defend my thing. Even
Yep.
any artist that say me have nothing with. But I
Mhm.
hate them personally. But if you disrespect me,
You're gonna
me
defend
not a
yourself.
dummy. Yeah, I'm not a buffon. Because you can't be there now and you're a disc jockey. And when you listen to your natural mystic, now and somebody else come in Manchester and say them a disc jockey. And them they on radio and this you are there and dance and call it. And you shut up your mouth.
No,
So
that's
why?
true. Yeah.
All of us come on this earth for a purpose.
Yeah.
And my purpose is to do my thing. So if you have a problem with my thing and you disrespect me, I'm coming at you. And when
Fantastic.
me,
Mhm.
and when me done talk, me no hate you, me no have you, me just a talk the truth when me know.
Mhm.
I mean, me no walk and tell people about a lie, if you put lie in history. Because if you lie not supposed to go down in history, you know.
Mhm.
You have to put the truth out there, because 20 years down the line, 30 years, people have always look back and remember what you're saying.
Exactly. All right then.
Right.
So Don Mafia, have you worked with Beanie Man? Tell us about you and Beanie Man way back then. Did you write songs with him? Did you work with him? Let us know how the relationship was with you and Beanie Man back then.
Yeah, man, I'm being a man, no fire, man, and roll, man, and all both over the place, man. You know, we were like brothers, you know. I
Yeah.
would even say friends, because we were like brothers.
Hmm.
And then I did a lot of writing when I was there too. You know, I was there doing writing a lot of songs, and these songs became hits. And after a while, we had problems, like, you know how it goes when it comes to the payment. It's always problems. You understand?
Yeah.
With
Hmm.
some people, and that's it. I just couldn't take being exploited anymore, and I just left, because the reason why I had to leave, I was like, I couldn't sit there and just being like my talent being used like that, and then there was
Yeah.
no respect, there was no whenever there's to be some form of compensation,
Hmm.
it was like talk and then put off, and that's not how business is done. We're doing something together, brother.
Hmm.
You're my brother, we doing this together. I do what I have to do what you got to do to make me know that, yo, this man respect my talent and he respect me as a friend too. So once you're not happening and you're there holding on, like you'll be waiting and you don't want this thing to go public, so you will try to keep things on the down
Hmm.
low and make it look as if everything is all right.
Yeah.
After a while, you see like you're being taken for granted and it's just happening over and over. You got to leave. Come on, man. All of us are human beings and we have feelings. So when I left, it became a big problem. And even now, that is what is the problem. Because from that, he doesn't talk good about me and he
Yeah.
doesn't give me no respect. Because the main fact, I'm not rolling with him, or I'm not writing my songs and just
Yeah.
giving it to him to sing anymore. But I'm here doing my stuff, and I always been doing. Whether people hearing me or hearing me not, I am always working on my music.
Hmm.
So the problem is, I'm not gonna let anybody come and tarnish me and tell lie on me and say certain things that I know is not true, and then I sit down and take it. But otherwise, it's not like a personal thing I have against this guy,
Yeah.
because this guy was like, as I told you, I look up to him as a brother in the music, and I have no hatred to him. But whenever he says something about me that's wrong, I
Hmm.
have
To
to
defend.
clarify it and
Hmm.
let people know that, yo, this is how the thing going on, and it's no damn lie. All who was there and all the producers who came through and who we work with, they know the truth that I was there doing all the writing. You understand?
Yeah. So one of the tracks that you actually wrote for Beanie Man, and it got big. He just ran with that. You've got no thank you, no nothing for that one. Nothing.
Not one of the tracks. All of them, he just run with them. Even now, he
Wow.
doesn't care. He doesn't care about me, because he got what he want, and once he's not getting more, then he don't care about me, because I
Wow.
am nothing. I am
Hmm.
supposed to be a madman eating out of the rubbish or just put down music because I'm not rolling with you anymore. But I can't do that because this is my talent. So what I'm saying to you now, all the work that I did around him in his mind, the way he speaks about it is like it's nothing. I didn't do nothing. I cannot make
Wow.
that go down in history because I
Wow.
was there
Yeah.
writing the songs and you were singing them many hits. Straight
Wow.
prison from the bread that touched it 12 year old. I wrote that. So
Wow.
I say, me not make no fussy wool nothing come done that until the day I die more girl I you know what I say?
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell me bun chichi man and me go bun sada and everybody ball out. So me I say,
Yeah. So you was a
come again, rip it
contribution.
up and mash it up. Eh?
You was a contribution to his fame.
No, I would say I contributed a lot to his career for quite some time, and the problem is with people in life, no matter the good you do for them, they are the same one who will just, they will watch you fade away because they think that you are nothing, you understand? So even Jesus Christ came on earth and they said he came to save the world, and these people, they crucify him and hang him on this big cross and kill the man. So that's how I know human beings are. But it's so sad to see people act like that because no matter what I talk about, nobody in music, I always talk good about them. Same way. If you talk the truth, like how I said, me and Bunty kill a pick a very, but Bunty is a good person. Same way. You understand? Me
Yeah.
and Cartel used to clash. Cartel is a good person. Being is a good person, like as a virgin when we are roll. But in my mind, me just see like them time that him just act like him good to get what he want out of me. So now that him
Okay.
can't get any more, him do everything to put me down. This is the same man that come and saying, I cannot DJ, I cannot write a rhythm, I cannot write a song, me never write a song yet, me never sing a song yet. And yet still when people go on YouTube, they see this man on stage show and I'm beside him mashing up the stage show. So how could you be rolling with me and calling me on stage show and all about, and I was not an artist for all those time, I was nobody to you. Come on, man, wake up, man, and clean up your heart. And that's all you need to do, clean up your heart, brother. Because you done big already and you done make your millions and you done do what you do already and you know my heart to you. Say I wasn't corrupt and I wasn't bad man and I don't like me I try to talk bad about it. But just talk the truth about my journey. So if I do an interview and I talk my journey, say, yeah man, I wrote that song, when Bogle died, I wrote the song One Bag of Lion. I can tell you everything. That's not a lie, that's my journey. So if I'm talking my journey, I can't leave all of that out.
Okay.
So what is happening now, when I do that now, he gets upset and says, I am calling his name. But I can't call anybody else's name because you are the one I worked with and you know that. You see me? So it's straight.
Okay, so you did a track called Still I Live. Why did you write that track?
Because that track is like a life story song to me. I look back at my life and I'm like, yo, no matter what these people try to, cause trust me, I've gotten a lot of fights in this game. And that's the main reason why people think that, yo, I'm not working. A lot of times, if it wasn't social media, people wouldn't even hear what I'm doing. And even though I see my thing boiling over, like people on the radio start to link me now and whatever. But one of the time, nobody about me, you understand? Because I was up there doing my stuff and because of all this, like this blacklist thing, so, they try to push me out. It's like I cannot make it again.
Yeah.
Because I speak the truth, because that's how they stay. When they speak the truth, they hate you. You understand?
Yep,
So I am always fighting for my rights and my justice. Because I cannot do something and people say I didn't do it. Whatever I did, I'm always gonna talk about what I did because that's a part of my history.
Definitely.
And I'm still here making lyrics right now.
Definitely.
Even now. Because I'm making a song right now called Rumor. If you follow people, your brain get a tumor. You understand?
Yeah.
Them too much mackerel and I eat no tuna. You see me?
Give us a taste of it. Give us a taste of it live here on Legacy 90.1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rumor. Yeah, rumor. That's it, me last spinning at them beauty salon. You know, just say, rumor. Them say, yo, lie them a tell fake news, them a spread. Sarita Mali dead, but she never bother dead. Ernest gone, go rest in nine house, pan in bed. Then, Sandy Park, them bus up party, said, me have it, man. I do something, just write a little while before you talk. But I saw my work. My lyrics them is not nobody put my lyrics them in my head. I'm born with my talent. As long as me live and have sense, me I go do what me I do because of my work. You understand? So me now nobody come put down my thing and tell me like me no good or like this, me not that. A lot of people out there love me and a lot don't like me. And every artist here so them have people who love them and people who don't like them. So me believe in myself and me appreciate all who believe in me and me love all who endorse my thing and me not stop. You understand? That them want me to stop, you know, them want me fool me and sit down and not bother make no song and not do nothing. Me always a try. Always them a fight me. Always they not business with me, always a try. And some of the same people them whenever business with me, at them me see a link me, you know, and I say, yo dog, John was the thing that gone and really. So I have to give thanks and know say, yo, yeah, yeah, man, everything I just time and patience, you know, and I have my artist them. I have my son named Chukubam. When me and him do the song when he afraid of Corona. First Corona song that you know.
Give us a taste of that. Give us a taste of that one.
You afraid of Corona. Wickeder than Ebola and pneumonia. Can't believe this a text by my phone. Capta crash will be dead at California. You know you will be afraid of Corona. Coffee go collect the Grammy, come back home. Papi go and take care of Miss Rona. Governor Richard in a switch van down. All right, I will not get that sitting there. With that, if a China it come from, try bring it back. Me never am no rat and me never am no cat. A chicken foot soup, me drink where them a go with rat back. One if a Corona make man it get so hot. And I murder girls with them a Vanda frack. Boy, you kill picking in your dead man. That a jungle justice, me say so for that charge of a job. Mad thing, one of the first time that thing about Corona.
Legacy 90.1.
Yeah, mad thing. I have my artist named Chukubam, that's my son, and me and him do that song. Check it out on YouTube. Dan Mafia Vivo, Dan Mafia Dancer. And right now, we have our next singer named Janelle right now. We are come mash up the place.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And right now, we are doing things here where we are work. We have a mixtape out for drop anytime now. Big up CD banging. And then after the mixtape, you know, so we'll drop the EP. But to my EP, when I drop it, a visual EP, a different idea.
Fantastic.
Understand? And we're in a talk with publisher now because them want to book with me and everything. So enough things are happening at the scene. And we are doing things here. We have to give thanks that we're still alive because a lot of people pass and gone and not here to talk to natural music.
Definitely.
So even you now up there, even you up there right now, and all the listeners, them, may have to thank God to know you're not living. Because I remember say last year, much people dead out and gone and we don't even sure what really want.
Yeah.
So the greatest thing is that we are all here and we're still living. So there's no reason to fight against each other and a bad mind and I try to prove nothing for nobody. Everybody does live good, man. I mean, live good with people. I'm saying to you, I am a person who defend my rights. If I know I have my rights, I don't make nobody take away my rights. It's a Taurus band. I April my band. So when me talk the truth, I mean why truth me talk. I don't make nobody beat me down and accept no lie. You understand?
Definitely.
But I don't hate. I don't deal with hatred and malice and have up and bad mind. I mean, I have no time for bad mind people, man. Then if my bad mind in music, man, me wouldn't dare still now, man. I just my mind and my good heart make me keep surviving. You know?
Yeah, well, Don Mafia, I've got a good few messages coming in. They're saying I'm loving this, man. They're loving you right now. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Big up all of my people, them, man. Cause without them people, me and nobody. Now that we been through one whole year of stress and separation, we are pray for the world be a better place in a 2021. No war, no force, no confusion, no fight, no contention. Every dance, all artists believe as one go till spice. It be of your mind. No more of that, me don't want no more of that. A friend of it, a friend behind them, a curfew of it, yo.
Wicked.
Okay, Don Mafia, you've got Queen Cleopatra is locked in and she's absolutely enjoying it. Give her a big shout out there.
Big up, you know what I mean? Big up Queen Cleopatra. I'm a real fans them that will love my thing, man. Whole of Miami, Florida, man. Big up on yourself, straight. And big up the crew, man. You don't know ladies uplifting and inspiring. Check it out every Friday, Facebook, YouTube, everything. You don't know. Big up on yourself. Straight.
Fantastic. And you know what? So in theory, Don Mafia, we're going to round it off now. In theory, no, it doesn't bother you if people like you or not, because it's not going to affect you in any way at all.
No, sir, I don't have to worry about people. You can't come on this earth and not worry about people. Everybody have their own life to live. Everybody have their own story. My story is my story. My life is my life. Love me or leave me. If you don't love me, nobody think about me. Because way I say, nah, go stop me. If me did listen to what people say. Oh God, man, them in a hide under one rock stone long time and done with music, man. We will not do music again, man. Me da hide long time and run away. You understand? But me there I do it in a 2021 and I tell you, I mean, nah, stop, you know. Nothing can do me, you know, no matter what them a try. Me still there. Them one man die, but me still a live. Them treat with God, but we still a give. With the Almighty, we not break our promise. The world don't know not tell me stick and no honest. I can't sleep at night. Too much fuss and fight. They want to take my life. Yo, I hear my legacy FM. Madden thing. DJ Piggy, yo, the whole Manchester. Manchester, DJ, that's a lucky, the whole London, yo. The whole England, the whole Jamaica, anywhere there right now. They don't know. Mafia thing up. Mafia world keeps spinning when I stop.
Absolutely fantastic. I want to say thank you, Don Mafia. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. There's a good few texts coming. The people are absolutely loving you. Somebody said you should have called yourself Defender.
Remember what song I said? Dancehall defender. No for them a dancehall pretender. Glory days it look like them no member. Bring back riches by stroke fender. Master Griffith all ever can blender. Keep it and have on them evil agent. Yeah man, let's check out the music people. Follow me on YouTube. Dan Mafia Dancehall, Dan Mafia Vivo. And you know, say me have a next thing when you Dan Mafia Dancehall, like I'm on Instagram. I have Dan Mafia Youth up on Facebook. Just follow me social media, a whole heap of song. Big up Samakan Record, my general back who right now in affiliate, don't know the whole crew. And out there, I support the Mafia thing out. You don't forget nobody, you understand?
Definitely. Well, I want to say, anything else you want to say before you go, Don Mafia?
Yeah, man, big up all this man, Baba Mark, man, up in New York, man. We know, say, right now, whole heap of people again, and we know, say, Kamazuki up at Birmingham, you know. So, I say, big up on yourself, alright, and I know, so we always there do we think. Come make me build back Jamaica, every square and every inch and every acre. Natural mistakes, say, come make me build back Jamaica, just call down teaching like my ghetto gladiator. Anyway, come make me build back Jamaica, we have to do it now, we cannot wait until later. Anyway, come make me build back Jamaica, this is a tip me credit when me put on my little data. Yo, me sit down and a priest, I will not tell me where me see Drake and Khalid me Beyonce and Jay-Z, all of them come at Jamaica and try to be like we. So don't make nobody tell you we are not nobody. You see and what you done prove your greatness already. Reggae music run the world, big up to Bob Marley. Talking to yo. I'm mad thing.
Legacy 90.1.
Right, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. I want to say thank you so much. Like I said, the listeners are absolutely loving you, and keep strong. You're a strong man. There's nothing I can say to you. You're doing all the right things anyway. I just want to wish you the best of luck and to keep in touch with us here at Legacy 90.1. All right, Don Mafia?
Yeah, man. Big up.
Bless.
All right.
Plead my cause, oh Jah.
Credit remaining.
Fight against them that fight against me. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. Jah is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear no evil, man? Dan Mafia with the next #1. This is another sweet music production. Woo! Them one man die, but me still a live. Them treat me bad, yet me still a gay. With the Almighty, me not break me promise. Genuine and real, them can call me honest. One man die, but me still a live. Them treat me bad, yet me still a gay. With the Almighty, me not break me promise. Genuine and real, them can call me honest. I promise small, me I put people before me. Me a star, them I try to keep me glory. Not even massacre, no know half me story. You think I like go watch me power and rory. Me head back with gunshot, them one boring. But when me heart attack, I never ignore me. Shadow me career and them now want the world to know me. And not even want to pay me half away them owe me. Them want man die but me still a live. Them treat me bad yet me still a give. With the Almighty me not break me promise. Genuine and real them can't call me honest. One man die but me still a live. Them treat me bad yet me still a give. With the Almighty me not break me promise. Genuine and real them can't call me honest. Love my friends so me treat them well. Enough of them want see me in a hell. I flash them powder and I cast them spell. Them now have to sit down Mafia I do well. Oh God bless me say no man curse. None of them now live to see me in a hearse. Them a work hard just to make me life worse. Me never tell them we go to no night nurse. Them one man die but me still a live. Them treat me bad yet me still a give. With the Almighty me no break me promise. Genuine and real them can't call me honest. One man die but me still a live. Them treat me bad yet me still a give. With the Almighty me no break me promise.
The sound of Don Mafia, absolutely beautiful soul, I'm telling you.
Put people before me.
Got a good few messages coming in. They absolutely love Don Mafia.
You think I like go actually power and rory? Me head back with gunshot them one boring. But when me heart attack, I never ignore me. Shadow me career and them now want the world to know me. And not even want to pay me half away them owe me. Them one man die,
but me still I live.
Them treat me bad yet me still a give.
Legacy 90.1, the Natural Mystic Show.
Genuine and real them can't call me honest. One man die but me still a live. Them treat me bad yet me still a give. With the Almighty me no break me promise.